Shalom, I'm Reuven Khaskin, and this is possibly one of the very last videos of 2020. Time to review the year, and of course it's been a difficult one. We've been challenged in so many ways this year. Many of us lost our jobs. Many of us were pushed to seek all sorts of ways to change our life patterns and our life path even. But there's always a hidden blessing, and that's part of the message of Judaism. There's always a hidden blessing in every single challenge. Whatever Hashem is sending our way, whatever Lord the Almighty is sending our way, there's always a blessing as part of the package. So let me tell you first of all that at the end of 2020, we finally got the Besorat Tova, we got the good news of the vaccines being developed. And I don't know if you noticed or not, miraculously it coincided with the holiday of Hanukkah, which of course is the holiday of hidden miracles. So at the end of the day, looking back at 2020, maybe we will say this was after all a year of hidden miracles. And it is true that some are thinking of all the things that we were missing and looking at the empty half of the glass. But our tradition is telling us to do the opposite. However, it is certainly true, as Rabbi Benjamin Bleich points out in his article, that it's not so much the tragedy that defines us, it's the response to tragedy that really, truly defines us. And in that sense, of course, we can quote Robert Kennedy saying, "Tragedy is a tool for the living to gain wisdom, not a guide by which to live." And as Richard Bach beautifully wrote, what a caterpillar calls the ends of the world, the master calls the butterfly. What is the end for the caterpillar, my friends, is the beginning of a journey of an emerging new world of a butterfly. And it, of course, is a blessing for all of us. Looking at some lessons from the Torah in terms of responses for tragedy, we can take a look at Noah. When the world experienced the flood, he must have been under tremendous stress when he finally emerged from the Teva, from the Ark of Noah. And the first thing he does, as Torah is telling us, he decides, after witnessing the destruction, after seeing the desolate world, he's finally capable of rebuilding. He decides to plant a vineyard. And he drinks from the first wine, and he gets drunk, as we know. So there is this escapist approach. Wine, drugs, all sorts of escapes we can think of that is almost a natural reaction to pain many people may have. And some argue that this is exactly what's going to happen in post-pandemic era. Humanity will suffer a similar fate. Rabbi Bleich here quotes a Yale professor, Nicholas Christakis, in his new book, Apollo's Arrow, that says just about that. He claims that society will make up for all that lost time with pursuit of all sorts of escapism, of all sorts of hedonism, and eventually humanity will enter into an era of vice and indulgence. But they are different approaches, and actually statistics that we have in this country don't seem to go that way. It actually seems to tell us the opposite. In a remarkable piece in the New Republic, Imagining a Better Life After the Coronavirus, Jonathan Melasets posed the following question to his Twitter followers. Are there any ways your life is better in this situation? And I don't know, surprisingly or not, from around the country, most of the responders, about 80% of them, stressed something positive. They found a number of positives in this current condition and new reality we're facing now. More time to spend with their families, less work pressure, more flexibility in the working hours, ability to work from home, and whatnot. And many people, more than 65% actually, according to his research, are saying they don't want to go back to the old way of normal. And actually, we know that big companies are learning a lesson from what's happening. According to one of the surveys conducted in late March by Gartner, which is a business research and consulting firm, they say that many companies, about 3/4 of them, actually are thinking to create some sort of a plan of moving many of on-site workers to permanent remote status as part of their preparation for post-COVID world. I'm sure by now most of us have a list of things we're missing. All sorts of travel destinations we could be going to and all sorts of things we couldn't do in 2020. But at the same time, if we focus on the full part of the cup, we can think that this year of tremendous challenges allowed us to grow in so many ways, allowed us to appreciate the blessings that we have in our daily life. We just had last Shabbos of the year. Let's think about a tremendous blessing Shabbos has given us. Life is not defined just by our careers. There's so many more meaningful things that cannot be counted with the externalities, with money. The money can't buy things like love, appreciation of the good, quality time with your family, appreciation of the beauty of Shabbat and our traditions at the Shabbat table. There are many tools Judaism has given us for growth. And let me remind you of what one of our greatest mystics and our greatest thinkers, Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, is saying in his masterpiece, Derech Hashem. He says that we are really here in this world in order to overcome the tests. So if that's how we look and measure our lives, we can certainly say that this year has been a very important one. And there's absolutely no question about it. I'm sure we were being tested in so many ways. And every single test like that is making us stronger, making us better, and making our lives more meaningful. Let me remind you of the importance of Torah study. This is something that has been keeping us growing throughout the most difficult times. I think now we are facing the time of transition from caterpillar to butterfly. This transition is painful, it's difficult. The world of the old is about to die. The new world is about to emerge. We here at Jewish Explorer are trying to bring contemporary content and Torah study that will make us all think and grow. And we hope that in the new year 2021, we will be studying even more Torah together. If you want to be part of our project and become our partners, right under this video you're going to find how to do it, and we would appreciate your kindly donations. And let me tell you that supporting the Torah study is one of the greatest mitzvot in Judaism. I'm hoping and wishing for a wonderful, healthy 2021 to you and your families. And please God, this should be a year of many blessings and the year of us finally acquiring new abilities of the butterflies. Thank you. All the very best. Please support our channel and help us grow. The link is under this video. Thank you.